is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight.
Who is Ben Dover?
All right. Good morning, good evening, good night. We're here with another
episode of More Life.
another episode of Struggle Time. It's been a minute. We missed last week's episode.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're back. The whole crew's here. As usual, we're gonna start with our positive news of the day, positive news of the week. I think we talked about this last episode. Actually, this was actually the last positive news for the podcast. It was about the Starbucks incident here in Philadelphia, about the two gentlemen.
I remember that.
Yeah, so
I know exactly what you were gonna say.
yeah.
The outcome.
Yeah, so the outcome, right?
Tell them what happened.
So pretty much instead of suing or getting money from the city, the two gentlemen decided to take away $1 each from the city of Philadelphia, and they advised instead of getting more money, they advised Philadelphia to give what was it, like $10,000?
It was way more than that.
Yeah, it was like,
I think it was in the realm.
Or was it 100,000?
Yeah, y'all like that. I think it was 200,000.
200,000? Yeah.
200,000.
Yeah, for like entrepreneurs and high school.
Hold on, can I point something out?
Yeah.
You didn't even introduce our guest.
That's later, bro. That's later. We gotta keep that on the hush hush, bro. We gotta keep that on the hush hush.
That's wild.
Some of y'all might remember that laugh from a couple episodes ago,
But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was very humble of them. You know what I mean? And I think that shines a lot of light on just like the the colored community. And I think it's a good thing for the city of Philadelphia. And because I know a lot of people, if they had it their way, they would
like Burger King.
they would get the money. You know what I mean? They would cash in the check. You know what I mean? And I just thought that they want to give back to the community, and they want to sort of kind of help the city out by giving back to the young entrepreneurs and high schoolers and stuff like that. And because I know I'm pretty sure they're entrepreneurs themselves, and so it's I think it's really inspiring and very humbles me that they're only asking for $1 from the city for that situation they were in, which was horrible. That I really don't wish upon anyone else or for anyone in that matter.
Yeah,
so what do you guys think?
I think it's cool that they did that.
Yeah.
I saw
What are you gonna
this interview on. I'm pretty sure it was. I want to say it was a.
60 Minutes.
Nah, it was like a noun.
News
Are you hit the
Nightly.
Nowness?
Nowness? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Nowness.
I'm pretty sure there was like an interview with them, but I didn't watch it. But I need to do that.
Okay. So, all right.
No, yeah. So I'm pretty excited how everything's gonna come after that, and it makes me.
That's what she said.
It makes me happy that that I can say that I'm part of Philadelphia. I'm part of the community. I'm from where those fine gentlemen are from. You know what I mean? It makes me really happy, and I advise everyone to look them up, to help them, to support them, to look up the news and the articles that are out there talking about them, and nothing but love, respect, and the best of luck to them with whatever they're doing out there. With that being said, heard and understood.
Heard.
This
You
is,
heard with purred.
You heard with purred.
This is Struggle Time, where we talk about the struggles of living, the struggles of growing up, the struggles of being a millennial, and we try to heal
Struggles
from it.
of being ugly.
We try
Something that I would not know about.
and we try to heal from it, so that we can talk about it and be comfortable with it. Today we have two special guests. First, you've met him before. He was here when we actually still our number one episode right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's pretty big, yeah.
Blobski.
That John has 3 plays. The other ones have 2. Like shit.
It's Blobski, Blob the Rob,
Blobberton.
none of them, Blobbington,
Graham Blob.
and then we also have Rachel.
Not Ray.
These are my two wellness holistic partners, and spiritual advisors and companions. So
Incense thrivers.
Gems, crystal,
So I'm gonna give them maybe like 30 seconds to a minute to kind of for Blob, I guess, to reintroduce himself. But for this time, I want kind of focus on Rachel a little bit. That's to have her focus, have the focus on her a little bit. So Rachel, take it away. Whatever you gotta say, however
yours.
you want to introduce yourself. The floor is yours, my friend.
What's up?
You gotta get close.
Yeah, okay, great. So, I'm Rachel. I live here in Philly. Filmmaker, actress, venue manager, event person. Bitch that does a damn thing.
Hey, gang.
Gang shit.
Gang shit. So I think the last time we talked with Blob, at the very end, we kind of remembered that he does poetry, right?
Yeah.
And I told him that I was like, damn, like you should have done poetry to introduce yourself.
Dude, how lit would that have been?
And then now, and then he was like, oh no, it's all good. We can do it like the next time, we do this or whatever. So here we are the next time. If you can give us a few bars or a few phrases, a few haiku for that matter. So.
Oh man, I mean, I didn't really have anything poetry fit for the situation.
I say just freestyle, innit?
Just freestyle right now?
Yeah.
All right, listen.
It could be short.
Hey, I walk into a podcast. Will I last? Who knows? But I know I won't be the last one. I'll probably be the fast one, first to finish. I'll never finish. All my dreams be diminished.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me complete my sentences. That's all I got.
Ooh. Alright, that was Blobski. That was like real off top. Now we're gonna get to our topic of the day. It has to do very near and dear to
our wallets.
I'm guessing three of our three of the people that are sitting here.
Yep.
It's the struggle of having student loan, right?
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I know.
Just one loan.
So I know a lot of us. Well, yeah. So I know a lot of us, in the country, are kind of living this burden, that is just kind of haunting us every day. And first question is, how are you able to, I guess, kind of go through the day, knowing this is happening, right? And
You're just fucked.
Bro, I just want to let you know that this is the only bill that I have on automatic because it's like, I'm tired of worrying about it, bro. I'm just like, you know what? Just take it from me. I'm all good. Fuck you. Straight up. Like,
Legit.
It's like you're just throwing away money. You're just giving away money for
Straight
fun.
up. Like, honestly.
Like, what did I get?
I did my tax returns, and they were like, you get no dollars back. Guess who does? Student loans. I wasn't really sad because I was really looking forward to that.
It literally makes no sense. Like,
No. So tell the people how long you went to school for and how much you're in for.
I went to school for 4 years, all right? Let's just say per semester, pretty much, maybe a semester and a half, I'm looking at maybe like 28 G's per semester.
Per semester?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, 28,000 per semester?
Pretty much.
Valid.
Oh, okay, true.
So you're looking at. I went
Semester?
to pretty much.
What are you, rich or something?
No, but me and my mom
Wait,
had this deal.
per
where
semester or per year?
Per semester. Per year.
That's-
per year.
Oh,
Okay, I was about to say
Yeah, so
that,
semester.
bro.
It's-
That's like that.
It's about 20. What's 28 times
That's like $1
4?
million
It's a lot
a year.
of money.
Yeah,
28
that's-
times 4 is a lot of money. Okay, so
Math. We went to college.
Anyway, yeah, Joel, what's the calculations on that, bro?
times 4.
Yeah.
112,000.
So I'm there. So that's 100 racks. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I went to school for this amount of years, and I'm still out here making fucking part-time,
Damn.
fucking wages.
Wait, so
and
that's how
shit,
much your
bro.
total jump? But how much do you have to pay back right now?
I had when I first graduated, it was 28. It's been about 2 years, and I'm at 25.
So okay, so in total, after 4 years of college, you have $28,000 to pay back.
Yeah, luckily. But that's thanks to my mom, because we both.
She's been paying.
Because we
She's
had,
been
like,
helping
when I
you
was in
pretty
school, like, we both, like, she was, as I was in school, she was also paying, like, some of my, like, most of my tuition and shit like
Damn,
that.
you got
so,
blessed.
Which
You got
was,
lucky.
Bro, Joel, you got blessed, bro.
I
You don't
did.
even have to
I
pay
did.
interest,
I did.
bro.
But
Okay, Joel, tell your story, because you don't even have to pay interest, bro. Straight up.
Here's how it all went down. I went to a school called McNally Smith College of Music. Doesn't exist anymore. The funny thing is last December they ran out of money, and they're not a school anymore. So I went for 1 year, and in total I had a little over $30,000.
1
And,
year too early.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. I forgot who was in it, but like he didn't get into the school he wanted to go to. Yeah, accepted.
Yeah.
And then he made up his own college or something. That's what it feels like. Like now Smith is. Like,
No, I mean like
someone just bullshitted at college, and you're just like, oh, I'm done. Like I
the
got all the
college.
money.
I think the
I can
college.
go to Cancun now.
I think it's been around since like the 70s or 80s.
Wow.
So it's like fairly new, I guess, for like a college. But it's like, yeah, they spent too much money. Sounds familiar. And but yeah, so 1 year it was just over $30,000. For the first 2 years, I was paying like everything interest, and then thank God my grandfather was like, "Hey,
Let me fucking throw down.
I'm gonna pay this off for you. However,
Crazy.
you have to pay me back." So I'm paying pretty much like 30,000 back, because with interest that shit it was way higher. But at the end of the day,
It would have been like 31,000.
That's why.
no, it was like
No, look,
no
but
with
look,
interest.
2 years ago.
No, let me
31,000.
hold on.
But
Let
that's
me pull,
literally-
let me pull out the
30,000.
facts.
Look,
One
look.
penny.
This is literally why I didn't choose my income based, an income based payment option, because it's like I don't want to just pay interest all the fucking time, because there's literally I'm paying nobody.
Yeah, you
You're not,
and you
so you're
don't
telling me
you don't
you're
like
not
you can't like
interested
knock
in
it down.
interest. That's what you're telling me.
Funny.
All right, so here's the facts. If my grandfather didn't pay off my student loans after 1 year of college at this school, I would have been paying back until August 20th, 2026. I went to school from 2012 to 2013. 1 year of school, okay? So this is how much he saved me in just interest, okay? Just interest
Okay.
from 1 year of
Okay.
school, okay? He saved me $20,000, $20,121.29 in strictly interest.
But look,
So the total I would have paid back was $48,000 and what they're 48 and 4.
yeah.
So luckily I only paid about like the 30, but I'm still paying $360 a month. I've been paying off for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 1 year of school. So I mean, it still sucks.
Well,
yeah,
look,
I
but look
got
here.
hella lucky.
No. But
How'd you
look,
get that number?
$360 a month. We just
No, I'm just saying, what equation did you use?
Linear
equation.
No, it was a spreadsheet.
Right.
It was
equation.
It was a spreadsheet that my grandfather sent me. He like broke it down. Yeah, look.
He knows where
Yeah,
to sell.
yeah. He broke it down.
Though?
He was like I forget what he did,
Richard Gilmer.
but
Hold on. I need to let
Yeah,
you know
he broke it
how
down.
like detailed this Excel spreadsheet he just showed us. Like I'm pretty sure
it's literally
there's about 15 columns,
There
like
is.
7
So-
rows and about 3 pages.
You ever like pay him like hugs and kisses and whatnot? Like,
Can you do like that kid coupon thing? Like,
Right.
Trident gum.
Grandma, I'll take you to lunch for
A foot rub.
yeah. Unfortunately, no. So, but yeah, I mean, like, luckily for me, I can see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel. But I've also been paying for like 6, almost 7 years.
But also, luckily, we have this girl named Rachel that is with us right now, and
That's
apparently
right.
she knows all the loopholes to student loans.
Tell
this
us.
is-
Well, mainly, I know I was able to go to school when my family had $0.
Fair.
And I went.
So you had to know.
That's
I had to know to be
You
able
had
to
to
like
figure it out.
continue. There was a time like once when I was at like my first college, which I got into like a week before start day, like class started. And they were like, "Oh, you can't stay in the dorm." And I was like, "Excuse me, I've been here for 3 weeks." And like, "Well, no more." And I was like, "Figured shit out." And they were like, "Okay, you're good."
What the?
Yeah.
They were like, nope, sorry, you're not allowed here. Oh,
That
wait a
happened
minute.
twice to me. That happened twice to me. I went to when I was at SVA. I was in class, and it was like this really amazing class where I was in a set design class with a woman who made the set for Life of the Aquatic with Steven Zueck, that Wes Anderson movie.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh my god, she's so amazing. We're like, yeah, basically. We were doing
cool, though.
like,
That's
the thing.
cool.
She's like she's showing us like how she made the set. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna learn so much from her. And someone knocked on the door like, excuse me, can I have Rachel?
You're not welcome here no more.
And I went downstairs. I was like in New York, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm living my best life at like SVA. Like I'm gonna be something. And they're like, excuse me, poor bitch, you can't go here anymore.
Life hitter was like, sorry, bitch, no.
And then I remember like walking through like Manhattan, like. And it was raining, and it was like the most like West Anderson moment. I'm like walking through like sad ass New York in the raining, and like looking at all these beautiful brownstones. Like doors are really pretty.
Man, what a time.
It was very interesting.
How'd you get out of it?
That's
How, like,
what were,
Tell
I
me.
went
were
to
your
state college
tactics?
after that. After I
State
went
college?
directly to Montclair State University, and that was it.
go Bears.
Go Red Hawks! Go Red Hawks!
I didn't know what the mascot was. I just said,
Rob has been doing this creepy thing whenever I see people with Montclair State University hoodies. I'm like, Montclair! Go stop yelling at people.
no one knows who Rob is.
Blob.
People know.
blob,
Yeah.
blobbert.
So I went from being an art school girl to a state college girl.
Wow.
But I mean, is that sometimes is that what it takes to kind of like
Succeed in this.
Well,
in
not
this
not
place
well
you
not
called life.
Well, not necessarily succeed, but like just to like get over that hump, right? I think.
I will say I do feel like I did make the mistake of when I graduated high school. They were like, "Oh, you should just go to state college," and I was like, "Fuck you, I'm dope. I'm gonna go to art school." And then I tried to go to art school, and they're like, "You have no money,
Dude,
you can't
bro.
be like a rich
Wait, so
kid."
do you have
Yo.
loans?
Huh?
Do you have loans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how much, if you don't
So-
mind me asking? Because Mike and I shared our numbers. So, you gotta put up yours.
Yeah, I started paying my loan I started having to pay my loan in January, and the number that my student loan company told me to pay was $786.14
Per month?
a month.
What?
And I definitely could not pay that. That's like almost rent.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's like rent money right there.
that is rent money.
So then I had to do the whole adjustment thing, and it went down to like $296 a month.
That sounds good. But that, I mean, yeah, you pay for longer. But like, the thing is, like, you're gonna have bills no matter what. So you might as well just drag it out and be cheaper. Like, you're gonna, like.
Also, I work for a nonprofit, so I would love to be able to work for my nonprofit for 10 years, where they have like the loan forgiveness. But like with Trump in office, I think they're gonna get rid of that whole thing. Where like if you work for a
Fuck
nonprofit and you work there for 10 years, your
Fuck
student
Trump.
loan, or if you're a nonprofit worker or you are a teacher or a government worker, those things get forgived in 10 years. If you stay in that realm of work for that long. It's confusing and difficult, and like they don't teach kids this in high school. So like all you know is that you have to go to college.
Yeah.
And like you have to go to college by all means
Bro,
to figure it out.
I didn't know
Yeah.
what interest was. I didn't know like
I didn't even know how to get a loan, and I somehow got a student loan. I don't remember what I did and how to get it, like how to apply. Like I really don't remember. I didn't know what I was doing, and fucking Sally Mae gave me money, and now I'm like, you know, paying back. Fuck Sally Mae. Yeah,
you
it's just
anybody
like
calls Sally Mae, you better slap the shit out of her.
it's like
That's Tina Turner's name.
I don't trust any Sally's.
Who?
No,
Tina
Sally, Jesse
Turner.
Raphael.
Tina Turner.
Tina
Her real name
Turner.
is Sally Mae.
It's
Timmy
something
Turner?
Timothy Turner. But I just think it's like
The owner of Doug
Dimsdale Dome.
Dimmadome. Under the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Anyway, I just think it's funny how they were like, yeah, go to
You
school.
sounded like a certain someone that I should name on this podcast, but I shouldn't.
Not going to. But I just think it's funny how it said go to college.
Oh, you good?
Don't die. Don't die. You can't stay up. You're too low.
Are you good, bro?
Hold tight. Hold tight.
Hold tight, my men.
All right, so I just think it's funny how they're like, yo, go to college, get a job. But your first job out of college, first of all, is probably not going to be in your field. One, it's probably going to take you a couple years. Two, you're not going to make enough to pay it back.
At all.
So, first of all, why is college a business now? Yes, I think it benefits education, but I think they're turning it more into a business than an education platform. And two, how dare you?
I don't think it benefits education anymore because like the whole time you're there, you're going to classes and stuff to learn the very bare basics. It's not
Right.
going to help you in your actual career. Like I went to film school. I've worked on film sets and stuff. Nothing that I learned in film school does anything that
Right.
goes to like working on set, which is the actual job.
Man, I read this tweet the other day, like last night. I wonder if I can find it. Let me try to find it real quick. If not, I'll try to like think of like what it says. Oh, here we go. Found it. Her name is Sydney Davis. So shouts out Sydney Davis.
Big up Sydney Davis and that.
She went to Clemson University.
They're orange.
They are orange.
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're
Football.
like Clementine. Clemson's. Clemson's. What is a Clemson? The Crimson Chin. Boo. So this is what she said. It went viral. It has 74.2 retweets. 1,000. I'm sorry.
Right, I was like, wait, what?
74.2
You spit out
thousand.
decimals and shit.
Dewey Decimal System in that.
Dewey.
What's Dewey Decimal short for? Dewart?
Libraries.
Dewart. Anyway, all right. She says unpopular opinion. General education courses in college are a complete scam for your money to keep you paying for 4+ years. If gen ed courses weren't a requirement, majors really only require 2 years of classes. All of high school was gen ed. It's simply unnecessary.
Pretty much.
True. This is very true.
valid.
Yeah, I super agree.
But so let me ask you this. I know especially Michael, Joel, and Rachel, you guys went through, well, with you 1 year, right?
yeah,
2 years?
No, I went to school for 1 year. I dropped out.
Right. And then Rachel and Mike, I know you guys did your whole 4 years.
No, I did mad years.
Oh, really?
I did time.
years.
Whoa.
I did time.
Bad years. I served my nickel.
How-
I served
how
my
many-
nickel. I ain't
So
going back.
let me
How
ask
many,
so
how many years?
So like,
A lot.
What year is it?
I
now?
mean,
2018.
How many years did you do? How many
What-
years
I
did you go to
graduated-
jail for?
I graduated high school in 2009.
Okay.
I definitely skipped like 2 years.
Shouts out.
I stopped going to college in 2016.
So 9 to 16.
So I did basically
5?
I did like 6 years of college.
5, 6 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not bad. That's
so
Like
what,
basically 7
I
because
was-
secret, breaking news. Don't have a degree.
Huh. Same.
So I mean, like with you know, with y'all going to college and shit like that, what what would you guys take away from college? I mean, now you guys are paying all this money to, you know, for your time. What did you guys take away? Because I always tell Michael, I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't think college is, and this is from me looking from the outside, right? Especially you and me, Blob. I always see all these like videos of like and movies of like, you know, these kids having a good time and partying and you know, like making connections or whatever. Is that part of the experience? Are you paying for the experience or the education or both?
I think it depends on what school you go to, what you're studying,
and who you are, and like what your situation is. Like
It depends on what you're looking for to get out of the college situation. You know, me personally, I did AI in New York City. Then I did the community route for a little bit, and I love college. I love the fact that you can go to a building and like learn some shit that you want, like you wouldn't necessarily get from like the real world, you know.
Right.
But like there are certain people in this world that want things that you can't necessarily get from college. There's a lot of life experience that comes with like getting a career, you know.
I agree. Yeah.
And like a degree, like a piece of paper that gives you the key to get into certain avenues, is fantastic. You know,
Right.
I don't like shit on anybody that wants to get a degree. By all means, everyone should get a degree.
Right.
It opens a lot of doors for you. But there's a lot of things that you can get out in this world that you can't get from college.
Right.
There's a lot of things that you can't get from the real world that you can only get from college.
Right.
So it's all about is picking and choosing what you want to get from it. The money thing, that's a whole different avenue. It's a business. We live in a world, in a country that definitely specializes in
absolutely.
business. You know, getting what you can get out
for
of it.
sure.
You know, you should just take it all with a grain of salt. It's like if you want to go into a college situation, you should go in there with your best intention. You should go in there
I agree,
looking
yeah.
to get something that's going to fulfill you as a person. Don't make it end all be all. Don't think like, oh man, if I don't do this, I'm never going to be anything, or if I go here, I'm only going to get this and that's it. No, you just use it as a life experience. I think college is definitely a life
It
experience.
is. And I agree. Like I totally agree because, you know, I feel like if you go to college with the perception of, oh shit, I'm already in debt, then I mean, yeah, like, you know what I mean? That's just, I feel like college is just a part of life in the sense that like it really depends on what you make out of it. You know what I mean? Like I've seen plenty of people that went to college that made so many connects and they were successful straight out of college simply because of the connects that they made and the life lessons that they learned, right? And I've met so many other college students that didn't do shit with their lives. You know what I mean? That they graduated, they're like, that's all they wanted. You know what I mean? Like, and nothing happened. You know what I mean? They still
Mike
work
is
at.
lint rolling me, by the way, right now. You guys don't know what's going on right now, but it feels fantastic.
Stuff. This is some primo Good Morning America stuff.
Shit, Mike.
So you know, in my head, like I've met and I've worked with people that were straight up like, yo, like I just want to be an overly educated housewife, or I want to be an overly educated stay-at-home person.
My aunt,
You know what I
cool,
mean?
man. If
My
that's what
aunt,
you want to do it.
she has her doctorate in sociology.
Okay.
Dr. Cicely Sharp, shout out.
Big ups.
Dr. Cicely Sharp. But she did go to college with that idea, that mentality. Like my grandmother was always like, if you're gonna go to college, if you're gonna go to school to do something for this long, like until I was like 13 years old, my aunt was in school. Like since my birth, she was in college since my birth till I was like 13 years old. That's 13 years of college, like $100,000 worth
That's
of debt.
crazy.
She has a doctorate in
so
sociology.
wild,
And my grandma was always like, if you're going to go to college, do something where you know you're going to come out and make
Exactly.
that amount of money like
Back or something,
immediately.
yeah.
Like my grandma's from the South. She didn't go to college and all that stuff. Being a sociologist, that's one of those like humanities that you make no money in.
Right.
She does have like that title of being a doctor.
Right.
Like she has the DR in front of her name, but she can't make much money.
Yeah,
like you
right.
can't make money off of a lot of
Same.
things that you can get a degree with.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting because like you're spending so much time like working towards this thing where you can't get anything from it.
okay.
Like you're working for this piece of paper. That's what my college essay was about.
So I mean, I guess I think Blobsky kind of like kind of went ahead, but my next question was, do you think going to college at this point, do you think it's, with technology advancement and like YouTube and just being able to
YouTube
learn a
University.
lot of things so much quicker and by yourself at your own speed, at your own rate, right? And me and Joe always talk about this back when we were in college, when I did attend community college and even in high school. So do you guys think that, going to college is just, or a degree is just a piece of paper? Like, is that like because I know you kind of talked about like it really is what you make it, right? Is that the kind of like the road we're heading in society and just like where we are as like, students, you know what I mean? Like, are we just going there for a piece of paper to kind of give us like the backing to say, oh, this guy's smart because of this paper? You know what I mean?
That's literally pretty much what I went for. Like,
Okay.
straight up.
Right.
That's
wanted
real
a piece
talk.
of
That's real talk.
A lot of it is a social norm. Like I totally went to college out of fear. Like if I
Okay.
don't go to college, I'm not gonna
People
be.
put a lot of emphasis on like the college that
Yeah.
you do go to.
Mm-hmm.
I
At the end
think
of the day, anybody who's striving to go to a university, a college, a state college, a community college, wherever you're going to better yourself.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you're going to get more for yourself. And people want to be like, oh, I went to a Ivy League or I went to this school. Like, I'm happy that you got in. I'm happy that you were able to flourish and do the things you need to do. But you can't shit on anyone that went to a lesser college because you think it's lesser in your eye. At the end of the day, you're all knowledging yourself. Like, you're all
Right,
getting
right.
more out of
Exactly.
it. So whatever avenue you choose to go down, I'm just happy that you're choosing to go down anything,
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you definitely should just take that.
I can't remember why I went to college. No. What I mean by that is I think that's what that's what you do.
Well-
like you graduate high school and then you
And
go to
that's the
college.
thing, so,
and I
like,
think
that's
that's the
like-
only reason why I went, because that's what you do. Like,
And that's part of like this social norm that everyone feels like they have to fall into. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, when you were in 12th grade, it was like a cool thing to be like, oh, I got in this. You know what I mean? Oh, like,
yo, I got
I'm-
accepted into one.
or I got
school.
accepted here. You know what I mean? And
I
like
went
that was
there.
like that was like a cool thing to say. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I remember,
Which
like-
I
Yeah.
don't. Which is totally not a bad thing. You know what I
No.
mean? If you're proud of getting into certain colleges, that is cool. You know what I mean? Like,
It is, but like at the same time, like when I got into some schools, I got into Fordham University, and they were like, "Oh, this is your financial aid packet," and it was like 0. I was like, "That's cool, but this means nothing to me.
Yeah,
I can't go
exactly.
to this school if I can't afford to go here.
Yeah.
Just because you accepted me doesn't mean I can actually do anything."
yeah, and which was another thing. I think a lot of people, get this like kind of feeling where like after high school it's automatically college. You know what I mean? Or like automatically a university, right? Me as an art student, I was very just like I really didn't believe in the whole university thing. Like I didn't take my SAT or nothing like that. I took
You
my
didn't take your SAT?
I took my what's that other one?
The
What the fuck?
ACT?
You didn't take your SAT?
I took my ACT, but
ACT.
but I never. But I
Okay, Romeo.
but I never checked my scores or nothing like because I didn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yo, I did so bad on my SAT. That's all I know.
I pretty much
did not care.
said I'm not gonna let society determine if I'm smart or not. You know what I mean? Just because I'm not good in math or science doesn't mean I'm not gonna be able to survive in the world.
Yeah, that's how a lot
You know what I
of,
mean?
That's how
So-
a lot of people are like colleges, like the people who judge on.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
come there,
Like
it's-
test
you know,
scores and whatnot.
Yeah, but like
Well,
I'm a horrible test taker.
so many
I'm
people
not-
Same
are.
thing.
yeah.
Same with me. Same with
I'm
me.
not really good at the general education.
I'm pretty good.
stuff. Like
I just memorized the answers.
Pretty good too. But I'm not gonna brag
yeah,
about
I'm like honestly, like I'm not good. I failed a lot of the tests that I took, and like, what was it? Albert Einstein said, "Don't judge a fish's ability to climb a tree."
Yeah,
or something
something
like
like that.
that.
But can
Like
fish,
which is like mad true.
but can fish climb trees?
Michael, what the fuck? That's not the point.
So that literally.
What
that's
about
the point.
fishy
So like,
fishy
bro,
trees?
I can't mix up chemicals. Like I failed the science part. of,
But
like,
think
SAT.
about it. Like if
Yeah,
everyone,
physics, though.
but Joel, if everyone else was tested on on their vocal abilities, everyone would fucking fail. You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
And you would be the smartest kid in class.
Yeah, but that's not a general education. Like that's not.
But
that's
that's the
art.
thing. Like
schools don't fund art. That's the problem. They don't care.
So that was like my next thing. Like I've always been like a very creative, artistic kid. Like at a very young age. You know what I mean? Like I've always thought that like I was like, dude, like, and I had to like do a lot of convincing. You know, Asian father, Asian parents. Like I always had to do like a lot of convincing. Like, listen, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at science, and I'm not gonna get good at all these things. But I can draw. You know what I mean? I can color. I can take pictures, and I can take videos. You know what I mean? But I wasn't being judged on that. Right. You know what I mean? I wasn't necessarily.
You had to memorize how to find the slope.
Exactly.
Who the fuck gonna find the
Which is
slope
like taking
on
up
their
so
daily
much.
job?
Like, it's taking so much brain space to be able to create.
I was actually pretty good at math, so I could find that stuff if you need to.
Math was my worst.
I was the type of kid when they were like find X, I legit found X, and it was like here it is.
I almost didn't graduate high school because I almost failed the same math class twice.
That's crazy.
That was algebra 2, and I got hired.
You remember that Never Leave a Child Behind program that George Bush? I think that was the only reason I passed middle school. Like
Bush
legit.
When
that was the only reason.
When that
Bush did
got
9/11.
passed, like my family was moving from Detroit to New Jersey, and the Detroit school system was such crap that my mom decided to homeschool me and my sister. Like both of us are like fairly, we're both dyslexic, but my sister was like pretty dyslexic.
Yeah.
And like being homeschooled and having that like personalized education was like so much more important.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
it gave me that interest in like education. Like it gave me like if I didn't have that, I wouldn't like care about school at all.
Yeah.
Right. I think education is super important.
No, it's very important,
definitely.
and I think a lot of people kind of like.
That wasn't the end of my sentence.
Oh, sorry.
I forget what I was gonna say. Like
You just stopped talking.
no, like I was supposed to be dramatic. You put a pause. I forget what I was gonna say. Dang, what was I gonna say?
Who was the person that said damn.
The famous quote.
No,
education is important.
No. Who's the person that said? Was it J. Cole who was like? He was like.
I thought you were gonna name like a philosopher.
Right.
The prophet J. Cole.
You said J. Cole.
He was saying like we learn about all these like white man's history, but then like they like white out.
Oh,
like,
it was in his last album.
That's like a different
said-
discussion. That's like a whole different discussion.
It's not related, but I think the lyric was the white man that writes the history book forgot to white out his sins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. Damn, what was I gonna say?
Personalized
Education's super important, but I think you should find your passion and run with
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like your formative years are like during that middle school phase where it's just like you're surrounded by all these like-minded people. Like you create your core group of friends when you're like that middle school phase, and you're gonna collaborate and you're gonna think about the things that you guys
that's when
like
we
to
met.
do. See, like, and you look where you guys are at now because you guys all have a collective goal that you want to do is just like entertain people and like
And
make
look at
good
us.
stuff, like good content. Like once you get to high school, there's always that pressure, and there's always puberty and all these like girls and boys and all these things that like play into everything. So it kind of takes away from what you really want to do, and then people don't truly find their passion until at least their second year of college, and at that point you're too focused on like trying to get to like this final end goal where you forget about what you really want to do. So people who like a lot of good influential people in this world have left college prior to getting a degree. And a lot of people, like, they look back on it and they go, maybe I didn't need that because maybe I already found what I was looking for. And, like, if maybe you don't know what you want to do, maybe be a businessman, you know? But if you don't know what you're going to do, maybe you should take a minute to yourself and, like, go find your world. So the people who, after they graduate college, you know how people travel the world and, like, do all that. They take that year off and stuff like that. That's probably one of the best things you could possibly do after high school because you're 18 years old. Yeah. You know nothing, but you know everything at the same time. So find yourself.
You're still trying to find yourself. And like, how better for you to find yourself than to look for it.
Right.
Like, you can't find yourself sitting in a classroom hearing someone else tell you who you're supposed to be.
And I totally agree.
This is some real shit that's going on.
No, like for real. Like to close everything off, and like my takeaway, and you know we'll get an opportunity for everyone to share, but like my takeaway is basically I have nothing against like college and like education, but I feel like it's like the perfect time to kind of find yourself, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I don't think college is for everyone, you know what I mean? I don't think college education is for everyone at all, you know what I mean? There are some people that like to learn at their own pace, like me, you know what I mean? I know there are a lot of artists out there that would rather figure shit out by themselves, you know what I mean? And that don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to learn, you know what I mean? That don't want to study till the next day to just to see if the chemicals bond, or you know what I mean? All
Answer
these
some
things.
man's questions.
Exactly. There are some people that just want to take it from the lowest of the low and work their way up, or maybe they want to learn everything by themselves and kind of construct all the pieces together. You know what I mean? So I have nothing against college. I feel like college is dope. I think college builds character. I feel like college is a good way to network with people and study things and learn shit. But I also think that this whole norm, this whole idea of having to go straight to a university and thinking going to university is like a status symbol, I think that this has to end. You know what I mean? Because I was mad embarrassed. Like at one point I was embarrassed. I'm like, shit, like everyone's applying to all these colleges and I'm like, I'm going to a community college. Right. You know what I mean? Like there was like a sense of just like, damn, like I feel kind of embarrassed. No, you know what I mean?
Like,
so like
find your own.
Exactly. So like that's my takeaway. Like I just feel like it's just like we got to kind of have to be more open to the fact that there's like more than like one way to succeed after high school than just a university. So.
But I think we're in this place right now, like what are we, millennials?
Yeah.
I think we're in a place right now where we're in between like that old school like lifestyle where like you get a degree, you get a job, and like you don't get a degree but you are still successful.
Yeah, it's in that transition
so
period.
I feel like we're in that.
That's like the older generations, like my grandparents when I dropped out of school, they didn't understand.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure like
now,
it's like why are you going to college? You know what I mean?
I feel like the whole thing in college, like this is what I've been thinking about lately. Ever since like I have this monthly bill now. It's a control thing where like they want you to like leave school, like high school, where like not only did your parents have control of you, but like the school system had control of you. And now you have to go to this other thing where they're like, this is how you have to be as a grown up in our world.
Yeah.
Where now like us as millennials are creating the world that we want to live in.
I mean, 30 years ago it was easier to leave college and get a job, like a full 9
it was
to 5.
much cheaper.
Much cheaper. You can like
cheaper.
sustain a life fresh out of college. Nowadays, you have to create your own business. You have to create your own brand. You have to create your own everything to get something in this world. You have to.
So why would you go to college to like create?
To get a degree that someone else is already getting that same degree, and then you guys have to fight for the same job, which isn't even like in like surplus. Like you have to like fight for one job, and there's 17 people fighting for the same job. When you can easily go out and find what you want to do in this world and make it for yourself.
You know, I will say this though. I feel like. So I came from a very traditional background, and I think I'm the only one that wasn't born in America. Where so like I have you know, kind of like a history of like the outside culture a little bit. So like outside America, going to college and education means that you're a good person. You know what I mean? So like when you're being introduced to like someone else or like someone else's family or to like your potential wife, girlfriend. They're like, oh, he's educated. You know what I mean? He went to college, and that pretty much means that you're a good person. You're on the right track. You know what I mean? You're on the right path. Saying he's an educated person means you're just a good human being. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy that like all of my siblings are still in school except for me. You know what I mean? So I've always been like the black sheep, but I feel like with our generation, we're pretty much changing that, and I think you guys talked about it. Like, like especially moving to the city, I see a lot of people like working at like a farmer's market. You know what I mean? Supporting themselves, man. Like, I feel like we're in a generation where like we just want to be happy, right? We just want to do what we love to do, and if we can make a living out of it, we're good. You know what I mean? And I think we're kind of like moving past that like like moving past of just wanting more and more and more. You know what I mean? Like we're a generation of very selfless but selfish people. You know what I mean? Like in a sense that we're okay with just living with what we need. You know what I mean?
Finding your center.
Exactly. I mean, a good amount of us. But you'll always see, there's always going to be those people that want more and more and they're just selfish. But at the same time, like, that's one thing I've learned from moving up here. Like, if tomorrow, if I lose everything, I'll be okay working at Starbucks. Or, like, I'll be okay, you know, working at a farmer's market or, like, a mom and pop shop. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what a lot of kids don't understand. Like, I feel like a lot of kids feel that they need to have a career, they need to have a salary, you know what I mean, to make themselves feel better or whatever.
I mean, it makes
things
easier, but it's not definitely the end all be all.
Exactly.
Man. How about we all just live a good life?
That's all it is. At the same time, as long as we're happy.
More life.
That's legit the interpersonal struggle that I'm going through right now. Like, my job is very tolling on my soul.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to that whole, like, finding what is good, like getting back into my art, getting back into like the good part of me.
Exactly. It's just like how we rediscovering ourselves, right? I feel like there's always this sense of like being brainwashed or whatever once we think about all this other shit, right? And it's just rediscovering ourselves. All right, I mean that I feel like we're all in like the same kind of like mindset.
Real quick, man.
There's one last thing I want to say.
All right.
That I wish I could talk for a whole nother podcast about this, but I don't know if I've actually shared this with anybody. One of my personal heroes, his name is Ken Robinson, and he's given like TED talks at colleges. They're all on YouTube. I super highly recommend you just look up his name, Ken Robinson. My two favorite videos are How to Escape Education's Death Valley, and it's called Ken Robinson on Passion, and I think the other one is a TED talk about the school system. They're all pretty much related about the same thing, but what he talks about is basically he wants to change the school system to benefit everybody, not just like general education, but like the points he makes, like I don't know, I have no time. Just like really look up these videos because they're like,
some.
They're incredible. Like I watched them at when I had a 9 to 5, and I was like, and then I quit. They're very powerful videos.
It's very interesting for me, like moving from like inner city to moving to like a suburb and seeing that like cultural and governmental difference as a child, and being able to realize what that difference was very like heavy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think our next topic we'll see, but our next topic is Mike's Corner. Mike's Corner.
Wait,
what's the song?
It goes Mike's Corner. Da, 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 That's Mike's Corner.
All right. Here's Mike with Mike's Corner. What you got for
so
us?
basically, men's was out on a job, and I had an epiphany. Okay.
Ooh.
That he did.
We were all okay. So
I heard it.
It was just me and Joel. But we were sitting down at this conference during one of our lunch breaks when we were filming, and I've never really understood reserved seating. It goes deeper than this.
It really does, though.
So
listen to the man.
So we're basically trying to find a place to sit and eat because, you know, we were also like paid employees for this thing that we were shooting and filming, and literally every table was occupied, and I just didn't feel right sitting at some person's table that had been reserved. So I'm just like, damn. So after a while, like me and Joel were in the not the dining room but the conference room, eating like bananas and apples, right? So then, and like hard candy. So then, cause like I didn't think we were gonna eat lunch. So the lady that's in charge comes to us and was like, yo, like, you can sit anywhere. The only place that's actually reserved is the people that are the award winners. And I was like, all right, sure. So we like sit down at this random table, and I'm sitting there eating, and like as I'm eating, like I also like I'm aware of my like surroundings, and all I hear is just people talking. And I turned to Joel. I was like, bro, I was like, Joel's laughing. I turned to Joel and I'm just like, bro, I was like, Joel, I was like, bro, do we even exist? Like, no, because
I was so lost. I'm like choked on my meal. I was like, what?
I'm bugging. I literally, I'm looking around, bro, and I'm just like, everybody, like, I don't know what it was, but it might have been the beef I was eating. But I'm just like, I was like eating and looking around. I was like, bro, like, how is this even real? Where like all these people gathered around are like in constant conversations, and I'm thinking about like a greater power. I'm like, do you think someone is controlling like the way that we're communicating with each other? But then I also thought deeper, and I was like, bro, what if there's a super intelligence that is literally like testing out all possibilities of life and every possibility of human existence, not even human, but just is existence in itself? And I'm just like, what if we're just like some like fucking like floppy disk in a cartridge that is just running through the possibilities of life? Because, you know, we're running this earth to shit, right? So like, it's like, what if this is just one of those possibilities that a higher intelligence is just looking and examining just like what would go down if this type of existence existed on a planet where like you have everything.
Hashtag Black Mirror.
At that
Straight
point,
up.
at that point, I'll be like, I'll have what he's having.
Right.
I need, yeah. Make
That's
that,
Black
make that
Mirror
medium rare.
episode. Like where you're just like there, but no one can physically see you, and you're like a part of the situation and making it happen, but you're not present. Not even not present. You're not like a part of like the presence of the world.
I mean, this is literally just like my thoughts. Like, I'm just like, honestly, I feel like we're just a simulation, just like going through certain patterns, and like, and they're basically, it's like a possibility type of thing where it's like, okay, if we did this and this, then this would happen. But then like in an alternate like reality, it's like if you do this and this, something completely different would happen.
Right.
And like they'll choose the best
Everything
of
happens for a reason.
they'll choose
Right.
the best
It's
of
like
the
Doctor
existence
Strange.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
of greater possibility of life, you know?
To me, I've always thought that like everything that happens in our life is probably like it's like human structured. You know what I mean? Like time. Like I've said this
Man-made.
before. We're determined by time. You know
Time
what I
doesn't
mean?
exist.
Like everything that we do is not natural. You know what I mean? It's just human made. Like going to work, money. You know what I mean? Like living at like a
Everything's
like a
made
house
up.
structured whatever entity.
Literally.
right?
We're literally prisoners of our own creation.
Exactly.
Everything
in
is
a
made
sense.
up. Nothing is real.
Yeah, we don't exist for like any other reason but the reason why we're here, and
Isn't
that could
that
be
so-
anything.
But
that could be nothing, you know?
but so like what do you guys like? How do you guys go? Like, cause I feel like in order to wake up every single day, right? In order to go through the day, you have to know why you exist in the world. I know why,
fucking deep.
and I like
Yeah,
no, like I'm being serious. Like
I'm gonna have a hard time waking up tomorrow. Like,
no, like for real,
So
like
something Jim Carrey said in
Truman Show.
no.
just his everyday life. you
I've
know?
been talking about Truman Show for like a week.
Truman Show is such a
Jim
sick.
Carrey,
show.
his one of his interviews.
It's like when he was
Like
on the red
TV.
carpet or some shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
More-
More than that though.
He,
More than that though.
he elaborated on the documentary that he has on Netflix,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I highly
Yeah.
recommend. And he was talking about how none of us exist; we all just happen.
Yeah.
And I thought it made complete sense.
No,
like,
yeah, I believe.
the way I explained it to Mike, because that's what I said to Mike when he was like, bro, do we even exist? And I was like, yo, Jim Carrey said the same thing. Like it just happened. And like, so throughout this whole podcast, I was drinking a mimosa, but like, nothing told me to grab that mimosa and drink it. I just did it. Like, we're just happening.
Dude, that's a perfect example.
But is that more peace to know that you don't have control over it? It's just happening?
I don't know, but I just got the chills. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Would we be more, like, as human beings, right? Are we more prone to let things just happen, or being told to do certain things and be structured around, like...
We exist in our own realities. So... anything that we choose to exist exists. Like, you guys are all here in this room right now because I know you guys and I see you and I believe that you guys are here. Anything that we do not know of doesn't exist to us, and anything that we don't know of can only be real if we want it to be real. And just, it goes the same for like the boogeyman mindset. Like, you believe that something's under your bed because you believe something's under your bed. There's like, could be nothing.
John Lennon said, "I believe in everything until it's disproven."
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, fairies are real. He was like, show me they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
But look, what if our brains are so fucked that like we just don't see like the real shit in front of us? Like, what if we're like so accustomed to this so-called life where it's like, okay, you're a human, you're a human, you're a human, you're a human. I'm existing in a living room right now, and I wake up tomorrow and I go to work and I come back and I eat dinner and I go back to sleep. What if our brains are so untrained to see beyond that like we're missing out on a whole other like type of reality?
Oh, there's definitely things that we're not seeing right in front of our face right now.
Yeah, like we only use 10% of our brain, so who knows?
Yeah, think about this. The brain named itself.
I use like 5%.
Right, the brain named itself. That's a shower thought. That's the brain named itself.
That's so wild.
Really think about it. Somebody had to be like, that's called the brain, but the brain
was
told
like, that's
them.
a brain. I am a brain. Like,
have you ever?
Here's that is the most.
Have you ever
trippest thing I've ever heard in my life?
Not even trippiest.
Trippest. Have you ever tried not to think?
No.
Yeah, shit's impossible. Like,
well, that's what they.
You stay thinking.
No, Joel, look. When they listen here. When people try to instruct you to meditate, they tell you to imagine a blank space. So even when you meditate, you are also thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to meditation,
the brain has a mind of its own.
This is Mike's Corner. Just ponder on these ideas, and let your mind explore the
possibility.
Honestly, the possibilities of anything, and then you will be a part of this Mike's Corner. So,
all right, Blob's going ping, but we're signing out. Finally, I just want to say that my man Joel finally got an album release date that he wants to share. So take it away, Jay.
It's June.
What? There's no date.
God, okay, I guess it's changed. It's changed in a matter of days.
There's a date. I'm not sharing it yet.
Okay. He doesn't want the pressure.
What I will share.
He doesn't want the pressure.
Is this very quick shower thought with no reaction?
Oh, shower thought. Yeah. I forgot about shower thought.
It's just a one and done.
Why doesn't rain hurt when it falls from the sky? When it's falling from that high? It seems like it should hurt. It's falling from thousands of feet.
Oh, like
why
goodness.
doesn't it hurt?
It sounds like something I should have went to school for.
Thank you.
All right, well that's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you have any thoughts or concerns or new theories and ideas, hit us up at struggletime@heartlandclub.com.
Tell us why we exist.
And
enlighten me.
And then we'll catch you next time. Maybe next week, maybe the following week. And we'll see if Rachel and Blob wants to join us again. Ooh. If they wanted to join us again. Until next time.
This is struggle time.
Just guys being dudes.
Just guys being dudes. All right.
And a chick.
And a chick this time. All right, deuces. Pop.